off into the oblivion that is part 7!
Just go!
3, 2, 1, click.
And here we go.
Welcome back to Dr. Lautrec. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get back to the main plot, we'll do one more cycle.
Ooh, the Palais de Concert.
Actually, no, never mind.
Seems to be kind of tall compared to a lot of these buildings.
My memory's failing me again. It's in the next part. It's in part 8 where it happens. Never mind. It's gonna be all main plot in this part.
Well, that was a letdown.
Don't worry, Jova. We'll get to it.
This is the Église St. Paul St. Louis. The royal treasure's here.
Supposedly, yeah.
Actually, treasure may not be what we're looking for.
No, it's gonna be the Pokemon, isn't it?
Darkstar, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you played a Professor Layton game or at least seen one in action?
He's been in several of our
I've seen one
Layton
in action,
commentaries.
but I've never actually played one.
Yeah, he's been in several of our Layton commentaries, Twibs. He was there during that part where, you know, in Pandora's Box where you tried to score.
Those lawless rogues are lurking underground.
And also the part where you masqueraded as a woman.
Why are you asking this?
I was just asking Darkstar whether if he's played a Layton game or at least seen one.
Okay then. Anyway, Godot is still looking for us.
They have this area under surveillance today.
To be fair, that is a French name.
Actually, all of these names are French, so I guess that's fine.
Sophie is, yeah, I guess that's
technically. Sophie
I know. It's technically French, but I get it. I'm just saying, the fact that he's named Godot and he also happens to be one of the main rivals of the game, and the way he's dressed does raise a few eyebrows.
Appears to be up to no good with the help of crime syndicate, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, profiles.
Yes, I'm showing off. Okay, let's see if this profile actually explains why the hell.
Gregoire Godot, venerable chief inspector of the Paris police, known as a reserved and scrupulous figure, vows to rid the Paris underground of every last adventurer. A god just talks to check his amount of ability, but still cannot stand him.
Okay, seriously, did an adventurer kill his father or something? I mean, seriously, why does he have a vendetta against adventurers?
I don't know, Joe. It's never explained. Again, remember, the sequel was never made because this game bombed.
Oh, the Revolution.
Yeah, this is why you don't set up sequel bait like this, because what if it bombs?
Doctor?
Doctor, my headache's going.
Stop
Doctor Who now?
Maybe this is a bad game to play when you have a headache.
Hey, Dwiz, knock.
Yeah. Who's
Doctor?
Yeah, Joe, that's been done many times before.
Oh, come on, Dwiz.
Anyway,
hey,
Sheila, you say that because you know I just had to take an aspirin to get rid of it.
Oh, hey.
Treasure animatus we currently have.
Well, who's there?
I'd say we're practically home and dry. Let's go for it.
Okay, alright.
Everybody has to die sometime, according to Super Boo.
So basically, from what I can gather, we're trying to get into another temple because this treasure is really special. Oh, hello, an actual gameplay mechanic?
Remember that thing?
I mean, a gimmick.
Yeah, by venturing too close to the wall display, you made an ass out of yourself.
Oh my god, actual challenge.
I get immobilized for like 2 seconds.
Question.
It's bland gameplay.
Wait, hold on. So what exactly is the punishment of getting hit by those? Do you lose life? Can you possibly fall?
No, you get immobilized for like 2 seconds.
And do you get sent back?
Like 3 feet, yeah.
So I guess you just try again.
Pretty much.
Try.
Okay, that seems a neat potential, but there's no real sense of, well...
Danger.
Challenge.
Yeah, danger or challenge. It's like, well, I mean, heck, even in Kingdom Hearts, of all things, you're still at the HP meter, so even with obstacles like this, even when you weren't in a battle, you still had to be, mindful of your surroundings. Here, it's literally just charging guns blazing, and as long as you can outrun the guards, you should be just fine. It's like the complete antithesis of what Kojima would do.
I love how when you get to the door, the guard just decides to give up.
Come to think of it,
I wonder...
character moment here.
Wait, I have a good idea. Hey, Darkstar, want to try and have a hand in solving...
Hold on.
To keep intruders out.
You can read. Don't worry, guys. I know what I'm doing.
not much help with the
Darkstar,
mental
try to have a
puzzles,
hand
eh,
at solving
Doctor?
we
these
want to
puzzles.
listen,
I know how to
Jova.
solve puzzles, of course.
Pedro, the
Okay.
words are
Okay.
right there, and just let me.
Yes, but we like to hear the voices as well, Joe.
Remember, Shiro can't read very well,
And, of
remember?
course, I can see guardian spirits too.
Yeah,
these are
but
going
I
in
can
real
still
time.
tell her what's going on. Anyway, I'm
Going
trying to
in
get it
real
out of the way quick.
We'll say it
Would
in
you mind
text
keeping
then.
quiet?
No, it's actually involved in the commentary.
Hold on,
By the
hold
way,
on.
Dwibs, I'm surprised you of all people wants to
talk
actually
too much?
listen,
Let us
since
listen.
you're the guy who
Yes.
snores over a lot of
Far
stuff.
too much.
And also, I love how the game's
Yes,
even the way
of
we talk
course.
too much.
You like the quiet type, don't you? That's why
Ah.
you're always so nice to Marie, isn't it?
Game, stop insulting us.
What on earth are you going on about?
Breaking the
Oh!
fourth
Oh,
wall.
never mind.
Oh, he has a thing
Sophie
for
has a crush
Maria.
on.
That's
Yeah,
fine by
Sophie
me.
has a crush on the Doctor for some reason that I will never understand.
He has no personality.
Anywho, okay,
Actually,
Darkstar.
believe it or not, Shiro, Sophie is one of the best characters in the
Hey,
game. as we're gonna learn in
Darkstar.
the
Okay,
next part,
Darkstar,
believe it or
can you
not.
pot? Hey, you, Darkstar, can you spot the difference between these two? Oh, shoot.
Find the differences.
It's too early to tell. Oh wait. Oh, I thought you were talking about the characters.
I was talking about the puzzle. Wow, even Darkstar didn't know that was the puzzle. Then again, I can't blame you. These
Google images for the win.
So we've managed to solve the puzzle of the GIF image. I mean, the picture.
And it took me like 2 seconds.
So, Darkstar, what did you think of that puzzle that we just solved?
All right, now
It
here's
wasn't
another
really-
plot.
it
All of a
wasn't
sudden,
ridiculously simple.
Hold
what
on,
the-
one at a time, one at a time.
The walls around here look different.
It wasn't
Wow.
painfully simple.
Indeed.
Yeah, painfully simple.
Okay,
That's a
are we
perfect
in
way to
Tron
sum it
now?
up. Thank
This
you.
should be an older stratum.
We're in
For
Tron.
some reason,
Where's Daft Punk
however,
when you need
it
them?
looks quite modern.
Yeah, this does look a
No,
Quite a
make
bit
that
like Tron.
futuristic.
Or Jeff Bridges, or Bruce Boxleitner.
Wait
or
a
any
minute.
K-pop group ever.
Hey, wait a minute. This looks a lot like the Dinorian spaceship from Fossil Fighters.
But Shiwari, K-pop's
did
got
they come
nothing to
from?
do with Tron.
So
Doesn't matter.
meet our new
You
faction
shall
of
not
enemies.
pass, surface dwellers.
None shall
I
pass.
swear on my honor, you
Yeah, the
shall
game was
not
asking
pass.
for that.
You are
You shall not
I
pass!
think they won't listen to reason.
Then you shall die.
Yes, let's run like pussies.
Oh yeah, guys, you know that? Actually, you know what? You know that scene in Lord of the Rings where they just let Gandalf fall?
Yeah,
You know, I go on nostalgia critics of that scene. That made no sense.
of
Did
course.
my rolling speed just slow down?
A bit, yeah. They wanted to make it look like for dramatic
I think
effect and
we
shit.
lost them.
Anyway, what are you gonna say, Pedro? About, of course, what?
Hold on. Speaking.
Anyway,
Now you want us to hear the thing.
I
Well,
couldn't
hey, I
say.
mean, I
Their
would hate for you
faces
guys
were
to,
hidden by iron masks.
not.
Iron
whatever.
masks make a fun story. But
Hey,
not when
Iron
they're after
Mask.
The man in
Did
the
you
iron
notice the
mask.
fleur-de-lis
I like
emblems
that
on their
book.
capes?
Sequel to Three
They may be
Musketeers.
guards, the very thing we seek.
Yep.
They're referencing that, aren't they?
All right, so basically, those are the Knights of the Iron Mask. What are the Knights of the Iron Mask? We're going to learn by the end of this part.
Are
but
they the
for-
knights of the related to the knights of the round table, and are their dances for medieval?
By the
So-
way, Doctor, please shave that mustache. It's terrible.
Oh, come on.
Basically-
The mustache is awesome now.
So,
Who wouldn't want a
you're probably
mustache?
wondering-
Mustache is divine.
So you're probably wondering, what do the Knights of the Iron Mask bring to the table gameplay-wise? They're a reskin of the cops. I'm not
Do they
even
even have
kidding.
the same voice
work
clip?
they work exactly the same. And yes, like Joba just pointed out, they actually have the exact same voice clips in the gameplay sections, believe it or not.
Okay,
This game is that
okay,
lazy.
okay.
Yes, the game is that lazy.
Okay, one, making them a reskin. Yeah, like Pedro said, it's lazy. But two, keeping the same voice clips. Not only is that lazy, but it sort of takes away any sense of menace that they could have possibly had. I mean, seriously, when you give them the exact same voice as the cartoony cops that we've been outrunning, how are we supposed to be afraid of them? And don't even try to tell me that they're not trying to intimidate you. I mean, they're even hooded and everything, the music's all ominous. And yet, let me guess, they say pretty much the same thing the cops say. How are we even supposed to be afraid of that?
Dwebs, you want to take this one?
Yeah, fuck you reasons.
Shiroy, why don't you try explaining?
Whoops.
Oh, you actually can fall over the ledges.
I can, yeah, but don't worry.
But Jova, we're not King Graham. We don't. The legends here don't kill us.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
That would actually make the game more interesting, so, yeah.
I wasn't talking about that. I was assuming, like, well, there were invisible boundaries on those ledgers, but I guess not. But, yeah, Shiroi, why don't you have a turn trying to comprehend this?
Well, we haven't even got to the main point of the game yet.
Don't worry, Shiroi, that's actually what this part is for.
I know.
We'll finally learn exactly what we're looking for in this part.
Well, I keep thinking, like, the name of the game is Dr. Lautrec, but I thought, oh, wait, no, there is another half of a title left to go. But it hasn't been talked about yet.
You know, am I the only one who finds it weird that he's called Dr. Lautrec? I mean,
it's because he's an archaeologist.
Does he even... Wait, he's what?
He's an archaeologist, Jova. Basically,
True.
He's Professor Layton, but without any of the charm.
True. I guess we technically can't call him a professor since, like, well, since he's not a teacher.
Not to mention, Professor Layton is an actually interesting character. This guy's not. He's just annoying.
Whether Layton's a
and he's got an
not.
awesome mustache.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad. Yeah, actually, that's it. You know, it's sad when my dickish representation of Professor Layton is more interesting than this guy.
Yeah.
To be fair, your dickish representation is actually legit good and has a fleshed out character in its own right.
Oh, I can actually flesh out a character. Sweet.
Well,
you did flesh out Aerith as well.
Well, Dwebs, unlike what Skip Woods would have you believe, it's not that hard if you know what you're doing.
You know, Dwebs, it's kind of a shame.
I'm not a writer, and yet I can make characters better than he can.
Yeah, we all can.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I wanted to show
Dwebs, it's kind of sad that we didn't have you during Final Fantasy XIV. I'd have loved to see what you would have come up with for the likes of lightning and snow.
Yeah, they've all been done already. So what else could I have offered?
Yeah,
what do you mean
point
done
actually.
already?
Trust me, Jova. The whole joke about dickish lightning and shit like that has been done.
No. I didn't mean necessarily make them a dick. I meant like, well, in terms of fleshing them out.
Yeah, but again, that's already been done.
Wait.
And wait, no, seriously. No, seriously. When has someone done the whole fleshing out the characters thing?
Literally again.
Try reading some fan fiction, Jova. They're not all bad.
Well, that's fan fiction. I mean, that's fan fiction.
It might surprise you, but fan fiction isn't 100% terrible.
Exactly. I mean, of course that's fan fiction, but I mean, going by fan fiction, then your dickish Layton thing has been done 1,000,000 times, then if we're going by fan fiction. I meant, like, well, in your own right, fleshing out the characters in some way. I mean, sort of like what you did with Aerith as well. Well, okay, Aerith's a bit different. It's like, well, it's not so much that she's bland, but a lot of fans tend to recognize her as the pure and demure girl when they sort of forget that she did have a bit of a more personal side. She could be rather spunky and rather flirtatious.
That's why I turned her into a yandere.
Oh, well, I love yanderes. They're hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I guess you made her a yandere who tends to be dickish a lot, has sort of a soft side to her. But, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
and is jealous. I mean, furious of her big breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, a lot of fans tend to forget that Aerith did have turns of jealousy, especially if Cloud chose Tifa over her in certain pics, or if Cloud just didn't pay too much mind to her.
And me and Dwibs made that perfectly clear.
Yes, we did.
Of course, Tifa was the one who got the one-night stand with Cloud in the end.
Yes!
Fuck you,
I haven't played the game, so I won't know.
Oh, come on, Aerith. Oh, come on, Aerith. Look on the bright side. Now you can be with your dead...
Canon shipping is best shipping.
Yeah, and besides, Aerith, look at that...
What do you mean canon shipping? There was no canon.
Well, actually, Aerith, going off of Advent Children, and it's pretty much confirmed that, they did have a one-night stand, and by Advent Children, they're friends with benefits.
Oh, yeah, sure. Wonderful. They get to work each other. And what do I get? I get stabbed through the heart.
Well, Eric, look it on the bright side. You get to be back with your boyfriend, Zach, who was killed.
Yeah, you and Zach also become kind of Zach's, not Zach's, the Cloud's guardian angels. So
yeah, I know.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, and you get to be with the one who you love, because I apparently reminded you of him, because I was sort of a semi-clone of him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Oh, trust me, Dwibs.
Hey, there was a lot of Mako involved.
I mean, trust me, Dwibs. The whole thing about Cloud's memories and mixed with Zack is nothing compared to some of the clone stuff we see in Metal Gear.
Oh, Pedro, I think I just noticed a jump cut. So do you die if you get hit by those arrows?
No. I just jump cut to basically shorten the length of this because this was taking too long.
Why'd you have to jump cut? Because it looks like you were just in the same place that you were a few seconds ago.
I've edited this a long time ago. I don't remember. But most of the time when I jump cut in this playthrough, it's for the sake of getting things going because this is taking too long.
It's only last month.
Yeah.
Well, again, remember, Dwibs. I'm already losing my mind. So.
Come on, Pedro. It can't be nearly as bad as Final Fantasy 13-2.
And my mind's memories is as bad.
No, Joe. No, Joe. Of course, I'll still take this game over Final Fantasy 14-2. But being better than Final Fantasy 14-2 is not an accomplishment. Dwibs here could make a better game than Final Fantasy 14-2.
You know,
I'm not a developer.
The more you talk about it, the more curious I get.
Oh, you mean that's why I'm trying to insist with Jova so we can try to get some Stick of Truth parts done so we can get that because Jova's very anxious for it.
Mm-hmm. It also helps that Dwibs will be occasionally.
I actually am looking forward to hearing his reaction.
I know I'm going to regret. I know I'm going to regret.
Again, look at the bright side. Look at the bright side, Shiro. You get to relish in your hatred with Alice.
Pedro, what version of that game are you playing?
PS3.
Okay.
Have you played? Has she played 13-2 or she only played the first one?
She's only played the first one, but she has seen 13-2. But I'm not sure how much she knows of Lightning Returns.
What kind of puzzle was that?
It's a pattern puzzle. Don't explain it.
I did, however,
it's number of triangles and click on
Pokemon text.
Quadrilaterals form intersecting line segments. Basically, the more lines, the more triangles. It's a pattern thing.
Anyway, I did show her the conference with.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, plot. So.
What's the matter with you, Sophie?
There's treasure animatis up ahead, but its guardian spirit is powerful.
Isn't that what we came for in the first place?
No, Joe, but she's right. This particular spirit is way more powerful than the others. That's why she's warning us.
Again,
basically one of those make sure you're ready before you fight this boss kind of moments.
I'm not annoyed by that. I'm not annoyed at that, Pedro. What I'm annoyed at is how they're wording it. I mean, seriously, we knew that it was a more powerful treasure automatus. That's what they said at the entrance. And yet...
His mustache is questioning the authority of mine.
It's
I must challenge him.
It's like this. Here's what I would have done. It's
God,
like,
terrible.
Okay. I'm just going to sum up what I would have done quickly.
So this,
if it were me, Hold on,
Pedro. What that you were saying about the Kyoto models in Miracle Mask?
This game came out after
I'll talk about that later. Basically,
it came out
though...
the same year. It came out the same year, actually.
Yes, treasure animatis.
Well, that doesn't excuse those other graphics still. But...
I'd say it looks...
I'd say this looks Wrath of Cortex.
And that was 2001.
It looks like I said.
Awesome mustache.
Like I said, they look like PS1 models. Anyway,
well, basically, I'd say that it's just about equal with Miracle Masks.
This guardian is unlike
really?
the rest. My favorite will not work with us.
At least the characters in Miracle Mask actually animate and have mouths. Just saying.
But those mouths, they can be so... those mouths could be so terrifying sometimes.
I have to say, I think the 2D art style is interesting enough.
Yeah.
At least level 5 has the great writing to back it up. So what does this game have to justify it?
I won't necessarily call it.
But yeah. Going back to my complaint about
you don't like the writing. You don't like the writing in Miracle Mask?
No, I like the writing for the most part. It's just I meant the entire series.
Oh, I see what he means. Yeah. I think I see what he means.
It's like, the plot twists again. I'm talking about in terms of the title.
Well, it's not just that, Pedro. It's like, well, basically, the Layton series has good stories, but they're stories that require a lot of suspension of disbelief, and they're kind of the sort of stories that don't always focus on the overall matter of things until, like, well, you know, these occasional points and the big reveal. It's like, well, if you're going to Layton for its story, it's best if you're into the kind of, you know, overall adventure that doesn't always pay attention to, you know, the big thing going on at the moment.
Well, that's
I'm not saying that it has.
Here we have right here Lautrec. That this game focuses on all the minor little details that you could ever wish for.
Yeah. Lautrec does it all wrong. Yeah. It's like, don't get me wrong.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go, Layton haters. There's your Layton game without crazy plot twists, and there's no logical flaws whatsoever. So there you go.
And it's crap.
Gee, hey Pedro, you want to send this to Ted's Twitter page? I'm guessing.
Oh, totally. I would love to.
Oh yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah, well then again, that's what people say about original movies. They say, oh, we want original movies, but then stuff like Jupiter Ascending comes out, and they're like, no, not
wait, Dwibs, are you seriously calling Jupiter Ascending original?
When is Jupiter Ascending original?
No, wait a minute. I think he means original in that it's not a remake of a film that came out 20 years before it.
Again, even in that case, are you seriously calling Jupiter Ascending original? Since it's actually based off of supplementary material as well.
Even Tomorrowland, as much as I enjoyed the first two acts, even they kind of been there, done that.
Tomorrowland was a unique concept, but a lot of the stuff done was a bit cliched. That's different. Tomorrowland was a unique concept, but it had elements that we had seen used before. Jupiter Ascending in its entirety is, well, it makes Neil Blomkamp look original sometimes.
Hey, you know what game we can play when we get to the commentary of Jupiter Ascending?
What?
Guess the movie.
Yep. Especially since Jupiter Ascending is going to be one of our main 5 commentaries.
Every time we see a scene that looks like another movie, we point out what that movie is. The person that gets it the most gets to choose the next movie commentary.
Well, I've already lost, so...
And since Dwibs will probably be asleep out of boredom, I guess it's a easy win for me.
But Pedro.
Again, easy win.
And Tio.
Easy win.
Sure.
Liz, you're the most movie guy aside from me or Pedro in the group.
That doesn't mean I've watched every movie, bear that in mind.
So would you say, Jova, that Nino Kuni in general has better writing than the Layton series?
Mine's just one game compared to an entire series.
Oh, hello.
Actually, there are plenty of games in Level 5's catalog aside from Layton games, trust me.
Wait.
Pardon me for a moment.
Get a plate?
Yes, we did.
Why not just go to IKEA or somewhere and buy a plate?
I guess they did. Do they have IKEA in front?
Basically, with this plate, we can form the next message that will allow us to reach the next.
They probably have to solve a puzzle to find their way out of IKEA.
If we were in Sweden, it make more sense because you actually just formed there.
Meaning,
but he still has an awesome mustache.
Why do you constantly look like you're smiling?
Because they couldn't
afford...
You keep
talking about the mustache, Doc. Sorry, in Britain recently there was actually a mustache competition.
Because they didn't bother
to...
Didn't bother to...
I don't think I can air the situation any longer.
so the Sun King's treasure is in the next place we have to find.
You know, I'm actually glad we're not in Wales, otherwise they tried working an excuse to go to Flanher
Look, I can't even say it either.
But hey, did you again that video we saw of that Channel 4 weather presenter managing to do it?
And he said it with a straight face as well.
Well, actually, he's Welsh too.
Hold on, Dwebs.
He didn't sound Welsh.
Hold on, Dwebs. It's time for some comedy.
Oh boy.
He didn't really have an accent on him.
I guess, well, then again, he's a weather person on a national station.
My mum can pronounce half of the word, and then she just sort of sides off into gobbledygook.
It's only when you're doing like the local news where you can do your accent, like Wales, or hell, like you lot have got your own announcers for BBC One and stuff. We still got.
So we went to have a look.
Yeah. Someone even sold us this
Is
year.
this on the DS or the 3DS?
3DS.
3DS.
Yes.
But again, I don't blame Darkstar for not being able to tell the difference.
It was an early 3DS game.
I don't blame Darkstar. I don't blame you for not being able to tell the difference because the graphical quality can really fluctuate.
Milady's doing, no doubt.
Basically, Milady also gave them a map for this particular quest.
Me? I'd rather get a girl.
I told you, leave your feelings out of your work. Now, get the trek.
That's not what I meant. He's got a monkey in his hat.
Again with the stupid monkey.
What do you say we switch, John?
Yeah, this is trying to be speed
I want to
racer.
deal with that nasty beast? Especially after
You mean
what
with
it did last
Jim?
time?
Yes. It's trying to have the monkey
Are they
sidekick.
trying to sound like the henchman from 101 Dalmatians?
Seriously, all we need is Spritle.
He's not.
Actually, no, we don't need him.
Boris and Jasper.
I know this one.
Treasure in your
Or
bag.
rather, don't, but
He's
whatever.
already stolen it.
Okay, so what I miss?
Come to think of it, didn't
Sophie's
Hugh Laurie
trick.
play one of the henchmen in the live-action remake?
Sophie's tricking them into thinking that the treasure is gone.
And before that?
Look at me, Paul.
Well,
Are
Joe,
you sure it's
hold on,
gone?
I'll explain later.
So what were you saying, Darkstar?
Where's that thief?
I said, didn't Hugh Laurie play one of Cruella's henchmen in the live-action remake of the Dalmatians?
Ooh, I like that movie.
We're so stupid.
Oh, they're gone.
Also, apparently my cousin didn't realize until just a few years ago that Cruella de Vil's name is a pun.
You know, aside from House,
yes,
Darkstar, aside from House and Tomorrowland, I've only really seen Hugh Laurie in the first Stuart Little movie.
I used to see him in 101 Dalmatians. He's a riot as Jasper.
A movie that I have fond memories of, but
He also
Which one?
played an incredibly stupid version of the Prince Regent in Blackadder the Third.
the first Stuart Little movie, Jova.
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
Alright, guys.
So it's going to be us against She-Roy then.
What do you mean
guys,
us against Shiroi?
And they had sharp talons too.
Oh,
Guys.
I like the movie.
I'm listening, Pedro.
You'll be
I'm
meaning
listening.
the underdwellers.
It's time for the
Underdwellers.
big plot thing.
Yes.
There's actually a big
Undergrounds
plot
and
thing. I thought you
tunnels
said that was. Wait, I
They're
thought
not
we already
supposed
got
to
the
be
big
down
plot
there
thing
in
over the
Paris,
boss.
just like
Pedro,
us
for a second there, I thought you said
No,
pot, as in
so
like,
remember-
that was what the writer was smoking with.
Remember,
Okay, alright. Let's see
How
what
do they live
happens.
in such a place?
Remember, Joe, we still have to establish who the Knights of the Iron Moss are.
But then
Why not
again,
just save
they're
that for a
quite an
later
eccentric lot.
part when we run into them again?
Because the writer thought it would be a good idea to explain them now, I guess.
Doesn't that sort of take away the sense of mystery?
Anyway, Marie, I think
Ooh, look at the...
Oh yes.
actually, they're not pretty graphics, so...
Look at the mediocre graphics.
Yeah, look at the mediocre graphics.
yes, we were enjoying our good
To be
time.
fair, the hand-drawn sprites are
But I
actually
had
just
eyes
fine
and ears all around the
quality-wise.
place.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not as good as Layton's,
But
but
what's
they're not
your story,
terrible.
lady? Why did you sell them that map?
I quite
In
like the
case you've
character
forgotten,
designs.
I'm a man.
I just
Me
don't like
too.
the 3D models.
What's wrong with
They're
selling
done by the
maps
same
to
guy who
paying
did Puyo Pop.
customers?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
wrong?
I mean, honestly, I dig
We're
this art
supposed to
style, and
be
I
on the
dig the
same
character
side.
designs. I
Bibbs is
mean,
not a fan
I
of
don't
it,
choose sides,
from what I remember.
Sorry, not a
I
fan of
merely
what?
sell maps to
The
those
art
who-
style.
Puyo
Of what?
This game?
Puyo's art style.
No, not
If you
really.
let things like that get the better of you.
It feels like it's trying to be
Possibly
Layton-esque,
hope to
but
achieve.
No,
but not...
Right, Monsieur Le Trek.
If there's one thing the art style is, the art style is one of the few unique things. They're clearly going with the Puyo one.
Look at Sophie's eyes.
No,
There's no
monsieur,
pupils there.
The art styled
I'm
with.
staring
Someone would
into
like
a
to meet
blue
you.
void.
Come along.
Well, she has more eyes than Luke does, at least.
I wonder who it could
True, and she actually has.
It's
Hey,
not that
and
no
unlike
good
Layton,
dog
she actually
character
has
against it.
irises.
No, not
And
him.
corneas.
Actually, it's
I actually like
Phantom of the Opera.
Takozanagano's
The real
beady
Phantom
eyes
of the
in some of his
Opera, that is.
characters.
I'm not saying that they're bad. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
hey.
we're just making a joke. That I like
Phantom of
the
the Opera?
Yeah, don't worry.
mean,
Pedro.
Yes, that's right, ladies and
Japanese?
gentlemen. We're bringing the
Always
fucking
hide his
Phantom of the
face
Opera
under a
into
mask.
this.
Which
Sure,
Phantom
why
of the-
not?
Eric?
Vengeful monster.
Which Phantom of the Opera? Gerard
The original from the original story.
Oh, I guess I say Gerard
His name in the book was Eric.
Always thought it was
Yeah.
just a baseless
Well,
rumor
actually,
myself.
Hold
in
on,
here
hold
it
on,
doesn't
hold
have
on,
a name.
hold on. Let me listen.
Who knows? At least he claims to be the real thing. Well, monsieur?
He claims to be the real thing.
Phantom of the Opera? I've no time for such nonsense.
Who's ever heard of this Phantom of the Opera?
Such a man may
Oh, yeah,
Again, if the fucking main character is not gonna take a fucking interest in the storyline, why the hell should I?
Because everyone else does.
I was
And
hoping
Lautrec
you'd
is
say
the
that.
jerk, so you're obviously not supposed to sympathize with the main character of all people. You see,
Yes,
Pedro.
I'm not supposed to sympathize with the fucking main character.
You
Brilliant
see-
writing right here.
You see, Pedro, it's writing genius. We're going to be bold and go outside the usual stuff.
I'm surprised. It's been a while since
an
we've seen
animated
an animated cutscene.
By the way, I love that. I kind of like that scene where, oh, it's so dark in here. It's kind of creepy in here. Feel free to go back up if you don't like
Hey,
it. And she's
guys.
like, she's like makes a frowning face at it.
Guys. I Spectre. Anyway,
Dwibs, they're trying to be serious.
well, who cares?
We
Anyway,
do.
We do, Dwibs. Come on, let's let us. If you don't want to listen, fine,
It's
but
those
let us
masked
listen.
knights again.
Yeah.
The ones we saw under St. Paul's.
And I take it you're the one who summoned me. The masked
I'm
man
bored
who
of
lives
fossil
beneath
fighters,
the
but you don't
opera
see me
house.
interrupting the dialogues every
The
time.
Phantom of the Opera?
I'm actually going to
Call me
sing a
that
song
if that
from
is
that
thy
movie.
wish.
Or play
But I go by another name.
Bill.
Another name.
Eric?
Indeed.
Nope, he doesn't have a name in this
Knight
version, Darkstar.
Of the Iron Mask. And
Oh.
these are my men. We are the Knights of the Iron Mask.
We are Batman.
The Knights of the Iron
We are the Knights of the Round Table. We dance when we're able.
Believe it or not, those are more interesting characters.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just going to say, did any of you see the Phantom of the Opera film?
Melodrama.
I've been in prison since the day I was born. They moved me from Pinerolo to Ile Sainte Marguerite. But nothing changed. Stone walls, a stone floor, and iron bars. They are the only world I have ever known. And now, I waste away
Speaking of
here in the
stuff with
Bastille.
stuff that you
You
only
guys were saying?
okay, two things. One, of all movies to do the whole "this is the only thing I've ever known" thing better is Battleship. Yeah, that's kind of sad. And also, too, I was going to ask, have any of you guys seen the Phantom of the Opera movie?
No.
Which one?
The one directed by, of all people, Joel Schumacher.
Twin
was in it?
brother of King Louis
Gerard Butler.
I've seen that, and I've seen parts of the silent version with Lon Chaney.
Anne of Austria,
I've heard Gerard Butler
the
can't.
son of the Duke of
sing.
Buckingham, the Turkish Emperor, General Vivien de Blonde, Mattioli, the Italian diplomat.
Man, I got called away again. Alright, what did I miss?
Basically, the Phantom of the Opera's backstory. He's been stuck in the prison all his life and shit, iron bars, and just like the original story.
No. Pedro. Actually, that's not based on the Phantom of the Opera. That's the Iron, and that's the Man in the Iron Mask.
But that's the thing.
story.
But that's the thing, Jova. They're implying that here the Phantom of the Opera and the Man of the Iron Mask are the same person.
Well, okay. I'll give him that. That is actually kind of creative.
Oh, Jova.
Yes.
I did something earlier.
His Majesty formed our order and gave us his command. But enough of our history.
What was that, Dwibs?
Please continue.
He gave credit to Battleship over this game.
I believe.
How did they
you
manage
know
to make
something.
a movie?
Where did you compliment
The short
over
answer, Shiroi, is they didn't. The long answer, it's a boring mass of nothing.
How is that Tetris movie coming along?
Basically, they tried the whole "this is the only life I've ever known" thing.
So he can give an opinion since he's the only one who's actually interested in this.
Basically, Joe, but I said that earlier on in the game, this is the whole "this is the only life I've ever known" thing about a dragon stuck in
Let me
prison.
listen to
But I
this
said
first. Hold
Battleship
on,
is
Dwibs.
better.
Hold on, Dwibs. Let me listen to this
I have
first.
Thou
stopped.
have the courage to approach that truth. Are you trying to discourage us from seeking it?
Spoilers, the
If thou
truth.
wert asked to stop, wouldst thou?
Spoilers, the truth they're talking about is incredibly disappointing.
I ask thee to
So
halt.
basically, he's in charge of the Knights of the Iron Mask, who are guarding not an object but a secret.
Yes, they're guarding a secret, and they're asking us to stop searching for that secret.
Continue our quest all the more.
What does the secret involve?
What did you think was going to happen, you phantom dogs?
Well, do you want me to spoil you, or...?
No.
Rightful
I'm not
servants
asking
of the
Miko what the
royal
secret
family.
actually is, but what is it pertaining
We shall
to?
continue to
It
stand
pertains
guard.
to the royal family's story and what exactly are the Gardens doing here.
Wait, why do we care about the royal family? Aren't we just dealing with Marie?
To know
Actually, Jova, it's interesting you say that, because Marie has a connection to these people.
Oh, heir. She's
Anyway,
heir to something, isn't she?
Jova, can I explain real
we
quick?
shall stand
Hold on,
guard
Dwibs, hold on,
till he
Dwibs.
who
Let's
can
start
No, I
listen
don't
to this.
explain now. The part's going to be over.
Well,
Well,
just
explain it after the
the
part's over.
sagacity to unravel
Yeah.
all
Like, dude, right at the
mysteries,
end of the part.
and the courage to bear the truth.
And also, you know how bad my memory is.
Pardon me, but have you
Well, write it down then.
have you been upholding this duty all this time?
For
Maybe.
many generations.
I am actually 300 years old.
He's to say
What is this
he's
duty
related to her,
you
isn't
speak
he?
of? And spare me further riddles.
Yes, please, no more riddles.
I shall say no more.
Well, fuck.
I merely wish to meet with thee. and it
I don't
has
want
been
to spoil the
done.
plot for
There,
you, so...
I can't
there.
divine your
My will and
Let's
very
mark
confusing
my
testimony have been
I will
done.
unravel every last mystery before I'm through. Then shall I bear witness to the truth. Understand?
You are not Edgeworth. Shut up
We
about the
shall
truth.
see.
Objection!
But everyone
you,
talks about the
Darkstar.
truth.
No. Well, see, it's Edgeworth who talks
Welcome
about it the
back,
most,
Monsieur.
especially in his
Enjoying a
side
little talk
games
with the
and
Phantom?
Justice for All, if you'll recall.
Milady, what exactly
Indeed.
are you up to?
What is she
But
up
you're
to?
selling maps right atop their stronghold.
Dude,
no
she's the
mere
merchant. Of course she
coincidence.
would sell maps.
What
Hold on, hold
exactly
on.
are you?
But remember,
luring
her bar
adventurers
is
here
right
to
above
search
their...
for?
their... Yeah, hold on.
Think what you may, but I simply supply maps to those who need them.
Well, she's obviously hiding something.
Yeah, the problem is we're never gonna find out what, because, again, the sequel was never made.
Wait. Well, then maybe it's just supposed to be a random off-to-the-side comment?
Well, actually, Jova, later on, she's going to say something that, remember, a mystery is like a lady's makeup. It conceals what's beneath. So that's her gimmick. She's mysterious and shit.
Anyway,
Oh,
before we end the
boy.
part, I was just going to explain.
Go ahead.
Basically, you know, there was a scene earlier with a guy stuck in the prison saying this is the only life he's ever known and stuff.
What
And then
about
I
it?
said Battleship did that better because of the whole,
When did...
you know the scene with that actual retired army guy.
He didn't see it because he wasn't here.
Wait.
Basically,
He
Jova,
retired.
they
I remember. Wait, hold on. Don't worry. I remember that scene, but I don't recall the guy saying that this is the only life I've ever known.
That's because you were gone while they were saying that. Basically, they did a retread of the Man of the Iron in the Iron Mask's backstory, where he spent his entire life in a jail cell.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in Battleship. They never really talked about, that being the only life he's ever known.
Well, you remember he had his legs blown off, and he's
we'll
trying to adjust and stuff.
investigate
I'm not
further
really
mysteries
seeing the
in the next
connection,
view then.
but...
Yes, this part has already
nah.
gone way too long.
Let's
so
just end the
shit.
part here. We'll
Send
see
the